Hi, my name is Benjamin Katz, and welcome back to the 48 Cent Ice Cream Review, where today I'm at Mitchell's Homemade Ice Cream in Cleveland, Ohio, trying the two flavors, Cuyahoga Valley Crunch and Wildberry Crumble. Let's get started with the Cuyahoga Valley Crunch. This tastes like a good play on a sea salt caramel chocolate bar, with some nice added nuts to the mix. I believe these are almonds, which I do prefer in an ice cream over a walnut or pecan, especially since these are thinly sliced almonds that give you the flavor and a bit of crunch without too much of the lingering nut texture or flavor on the teeth. This is certainly a salty ice cream, and you can even taste it on the forward palate, where the first bite you taste, it does have that, chocolate salty essence that you would get from a sea salted chocolate, which has, flakes of salt on the top, and which hits the tongue first. I like that in a salty ice cream, because then you're not, experiencing too much actual salt, although there certainly is more salt than usual, but you are still getting the full experience of the salt forward bite. It makes chocolate taste better, in my opinion, to have it salted, and I think they have the right ratios of salt, caramel, nuts in this chocolate mixture. This is a well thought out flavor, I can tell. Okay, let's move next to the Wildberry Crumble. So to dig into semantics for a moment, this is blueberries and some other berry. I don't know how wild berry it is, technically speaking, but I understand that, it spruces it up a little bit, and when you're using multiple berry types, it's easier to just call it a wild assortment of berries. But regardless, the flavor is delicious. It tastes more like a blueberry pie than a blueberry crumble, but it is a very spot-on representation of what a blueberry pie with a scoop of ice cream would be in an ice cream form. I find that most blueberry pie ice creams I have don't taste too much like a blueberry pie ice cream, and instead taste like a vanilla ice cream with a bit of blueberry and pie crumble in it. This maintains faith to the original vision, and I applaud it for that. Let's try the two flavors together now. I can foresee nothing going wrong with these two flavors. I imagine they'll combine very well. Yeah, that is perfect. It is yin and yang. You got the vanilla and chocolate both adding their own savory, sweet, subtle notes. You got the crumble mixing perfectly with the nuts from the almond. You have the blueberry complementing the caramel very well. And the saltiness is just amplifying all the flavors together. This is a great combination, and it essentially makes it a chocolate blueberry pie with a scoop of vanilla ice cream on top. Very, very well done, the combination. And the ice creams in general. I'm not noticing too much in terms of texture. It's nothing special. You can certainly feel the ice crystals, but they're small enough to the point that it's not intrusive. And you are getting that good dairy taste that comes from a standard traditional ice cream. What I don't necessarily love are the portions. It was $5.50 for this moderately small scoop of ice cream. It probably would have been easier to handle if the cup had been a bit smaller. This is a continuing conversation that I like to have, which is that the ice cream cup size should properly match the amount of ice cream being given. In this cup, it did not even reach the sort of level, and you could actually see to the bottom of the cup. There were physical gaps in the ice cream to the point that it felt like the cup was smaller than it was. Arguably, this is a good portion of ice cream for one person. A single scoop. I think they did a split single, so I got two flavors in one scoop, and this is a good amount of ice cream for a dessert, a treat, whatnot. But it was also $5.50, $6, which I think is a bit much. It's high quality ice cream, but I feel like Mitchell's is trying to be like Jenny's, which has this fun, friendly, hip vibe, but ultimately feels as though you're being overcharged for ice cream that's a bit too sweet, and while the flavors are creative, don't feel as though they're properly achieving their mission. I don't have too much beef with Jenny's, even though what I just said may sound like I do. It's just, I don't think their business model should be mimicked. Mitchell seems to be a local Cleveland chain with, I think, about 7 or 8 stores in the immediate area. And they seem to be serving the local population, at the very least. So I would love if they let that product speak for itself. This is a great product. I am a fan of this ice cream, the creativity and passion and inspiration behind these flavors. They hit the nail on the head with exactly what they were trying to do. I just don't love the trendy ice cream shops. It feels a bit much for something that's meant to be more of a treat. That said, I can't be too much of a hater. This is delicious homemade ice cream. So, ultimately, what am I complaining about other than the price? And with that, I'm ready for my closing thoughts. Mitchell's Homemade Ice Cream is a great location in Cleveland, Ohio, that has several locations around the area, so you can really stop in wherever you are in Cleveland. They have high accessibility in malls and other places of commerce, and they seem like a good option to go to if you're craving ice cream after doing some other errands or doing some other shopping. While I don't necessarily love the price at $5.50 for a single scoop, I do love the creativity of their flavors, and they have a long variety of flavors, both nut-free, vegan, and offering everything for someone. So, if you're in Cleveland, I would say stop by Mitchell's Homemade Ice Cream, because this is a good enough value proposition to properly recommend. If you like this video and want to say more like it, consider subscribing, or go to findfieldsmarketing.com for more on the journey. Thank you.